are standing by 24/7 to help you. Call the health hotline right now for details toll-free. Our friendly representatives are standing by now to take your call. We also have other pain-relieving braces available for shoulder, ankle, and your back. You may be eligible to receive these items and more at little or no cost to you as well. Call right now for details toll-free.
Operators are standing by. Call 855-547-6651. That's 855-547-6651. Again, 855-547-6651. That's 855-547-6651.
The Weather Channel celebrates Black History Month as only we can, telling the stories of African Americans who saw their world through weather, then changed the world for the better. This week, Vivian Brown goes one-on-one with Diane White-Clotto, the first African American TV weather personality. Black History Month on the Weather Channel. It's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, some clouds. Low 65. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
One man's trash,
this is perfect,
is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
I have the worst cold with this runny nose. I better take something.
Dayquil Cold and Flu doesn't treat your runny nose.
Seriously?
Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough fights your worst cold symptoms plus your runny nose.
Oh, what a relief it is.
It's more than a network. It's how you stay connected. With CenturyLink as your trusted technology partner, you get an industry-leading broadband network and cloud and hosting services. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
According to the U.S. Department of Energy, most homes have air leaks and drafts that waste so much energy, it's like leaving a window open in your home all year long. Don't let another year go by. Call Champion Windows at 844-4CHAMPION. And right now, when you buy 2 rooms of windows, you get the 3rd room free. Plus, Champion now offers no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. So call 844-4CHAMPION today. Because every home needs a champion.
Quiet! Mom has a headache! Had a headache. But now, I don't. Excedrin is fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
Well, winter storms aren't the only thing that keeps coming our way. We are watching very cold air time and time again here. This time, it looks like from Chicago to Pittsburgh and beyond, we are looking at some of the cold conditions. It's hitting the Northeast. Some of you are tumbling into record-breaking territory again. Yeah, time and time again, we are breaking records this winter. So it's going to be another cold week, and let's go through just how cold it is going to be across the eastern third of the country. We're already seeing that cold air blast, right? Right now it's 9 in Chicago. We've got single digits and even some single digits below 0 through much of Wisconsin. 12 to 15 from St. Louis to Cincinnati. New York a whopping 22 right now, but this is really just the beginning. I mean, look at some of these lows tomorrow morning. About 5 to 10 below. Cincinnati, Columbus, Pittsburgh, you are all included in that. That morning dog walk is going to be brutal. Make sure you bundle up if you're going to be out there early. And again, we are talking about records that will be broken, some long-standing records. It was 2 below in 1900 in Indianapolis Tuesday morning. Now it's going to be 4 below. Forget about that record, right? Columbus, Ohio, looks like 7 below is our forecast. The record was 1 below. So we are shattering records of the past with this cold air outbreak. And it's just another example, right, of this cold regime. It's all because of the jet stream dip that we've been seeing. Cold air has been spilling in, bitter cold just north of the Canadian border, but some of that is going to be able to rotate its way on through in these kind of little impulses that come on by. So yes, this is also tied to our winter storm threat because look how far south the jet stream gets. So the cold air is able to get very far south as well. So this cold setup is really setting the stage for our wintry weather. On Wednesday, our highs here in the Midwest, 15 to 20 degrees below average. Not much improvement Thursday. Look at this, 15 in Indianapolis. That's almost 30 degrees below your average. And by Friday, we're still in the teens and low 20s for all of the, let's say, the Midwest and the Ohio Valley. So it's very cold out there as we go through the end of the week. Look at Chicago, Cal. Maybe hitting freezing on Tuesday. Won't get back there for the rest of the week. Over to you.
And Mark, you know, cold has just been one part of this winter's misery in Boston, and the headline in the New York Times really says it all. It has been a winter from hell for Boston. Our Reynolds Wolf spent some time with folks in Somerville, Massachusetts this morning. He updates us on the impacts and recovery from the unprecedented snow and relentless cold.
That's right. I'm coming to you from Somerville, Massachusetts, outside the transit station. To be more specific, it's the Davis train station, where things are kind of crowded at times inside, but it's good news. It's least things are beginning to move, restoring a bit of a sense of normalcy to mass transit here in the Boston greater area. It's been a brutal 5 weeks. We spoke with some customers earlier who were saying just how tough, how frustrating trying to get from point A to B has been for them over the last several weeks.
It's been hard. Yeah, it's just that the trains are a little unpredictable, so you've got to allow a lot of extra time to get there if you have a meeting or something to get to.
Not knowing if the train's going to come and get me to class on time, I'm like kind of hoping and praying that I'll be able to move, get to where I'm supposed to be. It's mostly just been like the changes and unreliability that's been the problem.
Well, unfortunately, one of the other things that's going to be moving is the air. Cold air coming through. We've got a wind chill advisory in effect until 6 p.m. for this area, and the brutal cold air is going to set up camp and stick around for quite a while. All right, folks, let's send it back to you in the studio.
And Reynolds, that cold air keeping that snow around. In fact, it has been a record-breaking February, and could it be the #1 spot for the snowiest season ever? Well, the #1 spot is the 95-96 season. We had 107.6 inches. So far this year, just a little bit shy of 100 inches. And yeah, we could definitely see that happen because we still have March and even April to get into, Mark.
Yeah, and on average, you get almost 10 more inches of snow. So if you get near average, you'll have the #1 season.
Might as well get #1.
If you're
right?
this close, might as well.
Well, still nearly 100 inches of snow for the winter season means a whole lot of work to stay ahead of all that snow.
And for those who can't keep up, some unexpected helping hands. Listen in to Dave Malkoff as he shows us the good in people.
You pay your auto insurance premium every month on the dot. You're like the poster child for paying on time. And then one day, you tap the bumper of a station wagon. No big deal until your insurance company jacks up your rates. You freak out. What good is having insurance if you get punished for using it? Hey, insurance companies, newsflash. Nobody's perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hut. When it comes to losing weight, everyone has a number. And if you want to get your performance back and feel great, do what I did. One call and I lost it all. 22 pounds gone.
Lose weight fast with Nutrisystem's Fast 5 Plus Kit. Lose 5 pounds in your first week, plus 1 inch off your waist, or your money back, guaranteed.
Nutrisystem has everything you need to feel better, look better, and perform better at any age, faster than ever before.
I haven't felt this good in years. Thank you, Nutrisystem. I lost 8 pounds in the first week.
Order your 28-day Nutrisystem plan right now, including Fast 5 Plus. Get 1 week of meals, plus 1 week of energizing shakes and Craving Crusher shakes, free. New food selections, new expert guides. Call now and lock in 2014 prices, and shipping is free.
Whether your number's 10 or 50, make the right call. Nutrisystem.
Call 855-789-THIN now and lose your first 5 pounds fast.
Atlantic Beach, Florida.
Oh, love it.
Home of Louisiana.
Oh, fantastic food. Carefree, Arkansas.
Been there.
Looneyville, Texas.
Done that. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Phil and I go way back.
I'm a husband and a father of 2. I slipped. An addiction took hold of my entire family. But I beat my addiction with the help of American Addiction Centers.
I've also beat my addiction and devoted my whole life to building a place where anyone struggling can beat their addiction too.
I beat my addiction.
I beat my addiction.
I beat my addiction. If you're suffering, call now and speak with a treatment consultant. Stop dreaming about the life you want. Live it. Call now.
At GMC, one incredible idea leads to another, like the versatile GMC Acadia with standard rear view camera and rear park assist, or the GMC Terrain, awarded J.D. Power's highest ranked compact SUV in initial quality. And both come with GMC Pro Grade protection, including 2 years of scheduled maintenance.
During the GMC President's Day event, current lessees switched to GMC and leased this 2015 Acadia for around $299 per month.
52. That's 800-399-2752. 800-399-2752.
This March,
one man's trash
get to work
is another man's totally awesome beer can space heater.
Hi. Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by Tempur-Pedic. Nothing feels like a Tempur-Pedic.
So we've had a Tempur-Pedic for a while, but now that we have the adjustable base, it's even better.
I'm gonna go up.
When I put my feet up on this bed, my stress just goes away.
Visit your local retailer and discover how Tempur-Pedic can move you.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, some clouds. Low 65. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back. You're watching Weather Center Live on a Monday, and there's a look at the Capitol, still under construction. Your temperature right now is 30 degrees. You know what else is under construction? Another storm across the south, but here in the Northeast, it's mainly going to be the chill that we're going to be feeling all week long as we are seeing more record-breaking cold setting up across the next couple of days. For now, we've got air cold enough that it is basically bringing us some snow from Oklahoma City on over towards Little Rock, where it began not too long ago. You follow the blue all the way down into the extreme northern parishes of Louisiana, and even here along Interstate 20, we're finding some sleet and some freezing rain. So certainly not good travel conditions. We saw the problems in the Dallas and Fort Worth areas earlier this morning. Now that wintry mess is basically heading east along Interstate 20, along I-40 as well. We've got the cold temperatures coming through the south once again. 30 in Nashville, 25 Memphis, 35 degrees in Jackson. We're even here. We are looking at the threat for some icy precipitation, especially as we get later on this afternoon into this evening. 44 dry conditions for now in Atlanta, but even here we could see that wintry mess tonight into tomorrow morning. The darker blue, where we still have those winter storm warnings, even back in eastern New Mexico, where we had a pileup, unfortunately, along Interstate 40, shutting down some lanes. And you can also see the freezing rain advisories in the purple, and that's where we've got the freezing rain that's going to be taking place through this afternoon. Shreveport, Monroe, on over towards Jackson, Mississippi, down toward the Gulf Coast, New Orleans, on over toward the Florida Panhandle, mainly a rain event, but again, Atlanta, very tricky forecast. We could have some issues for the schools and businesses in the morning. Mark?
And Kel, we see it time and time again here. When bad things happen, it seems to bring out the good in people. And Boston, well, you've had nearly 100 inches of snow so far this season, but it's been bringing complete strangers together to help one another dig out. Our Dave Malkoff went to Beantown, where neighbors came to the aid of one elderly man.
So, do you know your neighbor? How about the person who lives 2 or 3 doors down? One beautiful thing about this relentless winter in New England is it's brought strangers together, people who just happen to live right next door to each other.
There is still more shoveling to do in the Boston area. They clear off the roof, the wind howls, and it comes right back. For every back door you dig out, there's 10 more still buried.
Landlady called and said, is anyone going to shovel in the back? We said, I guess we could do it.
That's Peter and Thelma. But neither one of them own this car.
2 weeks now, he's been in there.
It actually belongs to their 84-year-old neighbor.
He's a good old man. He's an old man, but he's a good old man.
Laura knows him. But Peter and Thelma just met him today.
You can see the condition of that driveway. It's horrible.
Yeah, pretty bad. George Curry is his name, and he has not left his little house in 2 weeks.
He's worried about being hurt because he's elderly.
His family's been having his pills and groceries delivered.
They've been wonderful.
But George has been in here by himself since the snow started to fall.
You get used to it, as long as I got TV.
What have you been watching?
Westerns. I love Westerns.
It is 1847, old California.
California dreaming on Winter's Day.
Could be anybody's mom or dad that they can't do it.
Soon, maybe George will drive his car once it's dug out by the neighbors who just met him.
Hardly see our neighbors, so.
For now, it's back to the cowboy movies until a miracle happens.
I just got my paycheck, so I'm going to stop playing the cards, the scratchies.
Oh, yeah.
I'll kidnap you and we'll get the hell out of Dodge. It is neighbors taking care of neighbors. That's all we can do. We're all in this together.
In a still frozen neighborhood just outside Boston.
All right, you're not going to do it if you need me.
Dave Malkoff,
all right, sweetheart.
The Weather Channel.
Thanks, Dave. And, you know, Boston's getting a break from the snow for now, but we do have freezing rain and ice on the move in the south from Winter Storm Quantum, and it's already proven deadly. We'll show you where this storm goes next.
Your mom's got your back. Your friends have your back. Your dog's definitely got your back. But who's got your back when you need legal help? We do. We're LegalZoom. And over the last 10 years, we've helped millions of people protect their families and run their businesses. We have the right people on hand to answer your questions, backed by a trusted network of attorneys. So visit us today for legal help you can count on. LegalZoom. Legal help is here.
Hello?
Hey, I noticed your car's not in the driveway.
Yeah, it's in the shop. It's gonna cost me an arm and a leg.
That's hilarious.
Sorry.
Should have taken it to Midas. Get some of that Midas touch. I'll tell you what stuff needs fixing and what stuff can wait.
All right. Next time, going to Midas.
High five. Did not see that coming.
Trust the Midas touch for brakes, tires, oil, everything.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
Ring, ring. Progresso. I can't believe I'm eating bacon-enriched creamy cheese before my sister's wedding.
Well, it's only 100 calories, so you'll be ready for that dress.
Uh-huh.
You don't love the dress?
I love my sister.
40 flavors, 100 calories or less.
Hi, my name's Serena, and today is day 1 of my Hydroxycut transformation.
We're gonna live free.
I lost 30 pounds. Hydroxycut really works.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand. Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
Off and on throughout my life, I struggled with my weight, and Hydroxycut is the only thing that has worked for me.
Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way. And go to hydroxycut.com to access the Be Thinner in 30-day starter plan.
Eligible for Medicare, that's a good thing, but it doesn't cover everything. Only about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. So consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement Insurance plans, they could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call today to request a free decision guide. With these types of plans, you'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. Join the millions who have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP and provided by United Healthcare Insurance Company, which has over 30 years of experience behind it. With all the good years ahead, look for the experience and commitment to go the distance with you. Call now to request your free decision guide.
Thrilled to have Jim Cantore on the show. He's been through like 80 tropical systems.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Watch Jim Cantore, Sam Champion, and Jennifer Delgado on AMHQ, weekday mornings at 7.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, some clouds. Low 65. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
One man's trash, this is perfect, is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Well, it may look like just a cold rain, but ice is mixed in with this as well, and it's already proven deadly as one driver north of Dallas lost control of his car on an icy highway and hit a big rig.
Yeah, that icy danger is on the move, and if you live along the I-20 corridor in the southeast, we're talking to you. Learn where you could find yourself on an icy side of a winter storm as Quantum presses east.
It is 1:30 now on this Monday edition of Weather Center Live. I'm Kelly Cass.
And I'm Mark Elliott. And Winter Storm Quantum is on the move, and it's already made for a dangerous commute at times this morning across the southern plains. I mean, Dallas-Fort Worth had a lot of ice.
Yeah, this is a look at Fort Worth, Texas right now. Temperatures are in the upper 20s, so we are certainly feeling the impacts here. Numerous reports of collisions, including that one that did prove deadly. Driver losing control, and that happened in Carrollton, by the way, north of Dallas.
Yeah, look at the kind of expanse of alerts that are out because of our winter storms. Quantum pushing east. Winter weather advisories are in place. Freezing rain advisories almost all the way down to the Gulf Coast now. And then as far east as Atlanta. And yeah, look at that. Freezing rain advisories also for the Charleston area. So my goodness, we've got a long go with this storm. A lot of real estate to cover.
And in just a few minutes, Mike Bettis is going to show us where that dividing line could set up that will determine who sees the ice or maybe just a cold, plain old rain.
And meteorologist Jim Cantore has been keeping a watchful eye on weather conditions and road conditions in Dallas, and noticed an interesting pattern in the sleet that has been falling in the Lone Star State. And
Jim reports high temps near Dallas today will get nowhere near the average temperatures for the area.
Well, it's hard to believe the average high today in Dallas is 62 degrees. We're going to be about 35 degrees colder than that. As a matter of fact, we may not get above 32. And that would be a record low maximum temperature here in Dallas. Just amazing. We're in the middle of a sleet storm. At times it's light, at times it's moderate. Sometimes we see a little flash of lightning too and get some thunder with this. So a very dynamic system in the atmosphere going on, unfortunately responsible for the sleet. The problem is temperatures are going to be at or below freezing in most of these areas today. Probably more like in the mid-20s. So there lies the problem. Looking behind me here, you can see road traffic is pretty quiet. This is Highway 75. The exit ramp that you see there off to the right is pretty much what takes you on Interstate 30 going eastbound. And there's just not a lot of traffic, especially at this time of the day, nor should there be, given what we've got. As I mentioned, we're in the middle of a sleet storm here. We've probably got, I'd say a quarter to a half inch here where I'm standing. But reports around the Metroplex have been anywhere from a quarter to even over an inch in some spots, especially where that convective sleet is sitting right over the top of everybody. If you look at this stuff, it's kind of looks like a handful of diamonds here, all right? Kind of remember that James Bond movie where Halle Berry and James Bond are hanging out with those diamonds. Anyway, it just comes to mind right now. Maybe it's the cold. Either way, you can see the sleet pellets bouncing off my gloves, but you can see all this sleet here, and it's just getting packed down on the roads, and there lies the problem. It's freezing those road surfaces, and they're going to get worse before it gets better. Tomorrow morning, the forecast low is around 27, which may actually be a little high, believe it or not. Either way, It now means we've gotten sleet, and these road surfaces are sitting under this icy condition for over 24 hours. And you can bet that tomorrow morning's rush hour will be no bargain either. Reporting from Dallas, just east of the city, I'm meteorologist Jim Cantore.
Thanks, Jim. And, as Quantum heads east, it's packing that ice threat along with it across portions of the south.
You can really hear the sleet, by the way, and Jim's shot right there. So how much ice are we talking about? Let's turn it over to Mike Bettis in the lab with your forecast. Hey, Mike.
Hi, guys. It doesn't take much, that's for sure. Just a little bit of freezing rain, just a little bit of sleet is all you need to cause some issues, especially across the south where we don't necessarily have the infrastructure to deal with this type of winter weather. And a lot of us have two-wheel drive cars, even sports cars. You drive a sports car, it's got rear-wheel drive. You're fishtailing all over the place. There's a look at our winter weather advisories, our winter storm warnings, our freezing rain advisories that go all the way down into portions of Louisiana, by the way. So we're going to have some issues today, no question about that. And we know now that I-40 here, we know that I-40 here, right at the New Mexico and Texas state line, I-40 eastbound, all jammed up here because of a big accident, real burst of snow there, likely one of the issues. Dallas-Fort Worth, things are beginning to wrap up for us. What you see here in pink is sleet, and you heard it bouncing off of Jim Cantore's jacket. Is starting to wrap up. But a place like Texarkana, El Dorado, we're looking at some snow coming down for you now. In Shreveport, concerned that you may have a little bit of freezing rain that mixes in there as well. So you can have some glaze on the roadways, sidewalks, driveways, you name it. I-20 to I-40, there's where all the issues are today. How about some of the storm reports that we've seen in Louisville? Sleet accumulating here. This is just now to the east of Texarkana. But how about the radars that roll over toward Memphis? Nothing just yet, and we still have a winter weather advisory there for about a half inch to an inch of sleet and snow, but most of it may slide just south of Memphis. Greenville actually just reporting cloudy skies right now, but definitely cold enough for snow. Temperatures are in the mid-20s right now. How much more to go? A little bit still. I think central Arkansas has got a bullseye for 1 to 3 inches of snow accumulation today. There's a look at the future radar. Again, all you have to do is focus really between I-20 and I-40 for most of the wintry precip. You go south of I-20, it's primarily rain, only just isolated pockets where you may see something that's frozen. But this goes through this evening, and you can see that as we go through the overnight, we've now got some issues over in Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Winter weather advisories here, and the timing could be nasty for us in Atlanta. Look at this. Could have freezing conditions up until rush hour, and then a mix after that. This could be a nightmare of a commute in Atlanta tomorrow morning. So please pay attention to the forecast. I imagine that the schools are really watching this one closely because you don't want to be on the streets with that kind of forecast.
Yeah, Mike, schools and businesses already starting to weigh their odds as they look out over the city. They're seeing the low clouds here. This is the top of the Coca-Cola World Headquarters building. 40 degrees in Atlanta, but colder air coming in tonight. And you know what? That was from Quantum, Mike. We've got another storm that's going to be coming across the south. So another mess potentially on the way here across the southern states. Let's go through some of the details here because it's this kind of spiral, this curly Q back towards the Four Corners that will then come across in the same areas that just saw wintry weather from Quantum. So by Tuesday night now, Quantum has exited the picture. But look, another round of wintry mix here, Arkansas into Louisiana. By Wednesday, Birmingham, Atlanta, Charlotte, you're in the mix. And some of the models are hinting at a swath of snow from North Georgia to eastern North Carolina by Wednesday night that could accumulate 5 to 8 inches. So obviously, if that were to come true, we'd be looking at our next named winter storm, which would be Remus. That our name could be knocking on the doorstep. Kelly, look at some of these snow totals, not out of the question as this storm makes its way towards the east.
And you're getting a lot of kids excited about that forecast, Mark. Not so much the business owners and the drivers out there, right? Take a look at Los Angeles. There's a live look on your right. We've got mostly cloudy skies. Yesterday, of course, the big Oscar night on the soggy red carpet. We did see a little more than 1/4 of an inch of rain yesterday. So while we do need the rain, I know a lot of the stars probably didn't want it to happen on their special day, but we're still about 4 inches below average, so we'll take the rain. Las Vegas, we're talking snow in your area, maybe not immediately in Vegas, but yeah, we saw a little bit of a dusting out there in the surrounding areas, and we did see quite a bit of snow still. It's actually continuing now in the northern parts of Arizona. 1/4 mile visibility last hour, 1/2 mile visibility this hour in Flagstaff, where the kids are having a snow day out here in northern Arizona. There's a look at where we still have those winter weather advisories in effect. We're seeing some light rain right now in San Diego as well as Fresno right now. And we do have some issues out there in other areas of the west too. And it's this system that Mark just talked about that's eventually going to scoot across the southwest and move into the southeast. But in the meantime, it is dumping on some of these areas. You've got the rain showing up in the green, the blue showing up. That's the snowfall coming down across the higher elevations. And you can see it all the way going into the southwestern portions of Colorado, northern New Mexico as well. We'll have much more on your travel concerns coming up after the break.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, some clouds, low 65. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, intervals of clouds and sunshine, high 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Sometimes at last doesn't happen at first.
Your dad just kissed my mom.
Turning two worlds into one takes love. Helping protect that world takes State Farm.
Anyone have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating?
Yes.
One Phillips Colon Health probiotic cap each day helps defend against these occasional digestive issues with 3 types of good bacteria. Live the regular life. Phillips.
Again. Gorilla Glue. Of course. Water activated, original Gorilla Glue expands into the materials to form an incredibly strong bond for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
It's more than the cloud. It's security and flexibility. It's where great ideas and vital data are stored. With CenturyLink, you get advanced technology solutions from a trusted IT partner, including cloud and hosting services, all backed by an industry-leading broadband network and people committed to helping you grow your business. You get a company that's more than just the sum of its parts. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
At Clorox 2, we've turned removing stains into a science.
Now 3 treats with Clorox 2.
Watch stains disappear right before your eyes. Remove 4 times more stains than detergent alone.
Quiet! Mom has a headache!
Had a headache, but now I don't. Excedrin is fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
I'm outside. Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm in the Buick.
I don't see a Buick.
Oh, got it.
Encore, the expectation-shattering crossover from Buick.
Wow.
Now during the Buick President's Day event, lease this 2015 Encore with these premium services for 24 months for around $199 per month.
No, I understand better than most that Washington doesn't come together on much. And it seems like it's even harder for them to get something right. But recently they did both. The new Reverse Mortgage Stabilization Act makes the reverse mortgage loan program even stronger. They ensured the stability of this important financial tool because they recognize the benefits a reverse mortgage can bring to millions of American seniors. It provides you with greater protection, more flexibility, and more confidence in your retirement.
Call 1-800-660-9362 now for your free information kit, including a complete reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from real borrowers, and a helpful family guide. Call 1-800-660-9362 for your free info kit today.
The fact is, a reverse mortgage is a proven way to turn your home's equity into cash. It's that simple. Facts usually are. You see, there's a lot of money just sort of sitting in your home, and AAG can help you use that equity to pay off some bills, eliminate your existing mortgage, fund your retirement. live a better life.
Call 1-800-660-9362 now to receive an info kit, including a reverse mortgage guide, DVD, and a new family guide. Call 1-800-660-9362.
AAG offers a range of reverse mortgages, and they'll help you find the one that best suits your family's needs. You can even get a line of credit that grows over time and allows you to use the money whenever you need it. Makes a lot of sense to me. Get all the facts. In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones. Today's reverse mortgages are safer and smarter than ever. And that's a fact. AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Call 1-800-660-9362.
Winter storm Quantum. We are tracking it across the southern plains. You can see the salt trucks out there at work on some of those elevated roadways in Texas. This is out of Irving, Texas. And yeah, you still have to be careful on those overpasses. Even though the precipitation for the most part has ended, we still have winter storm warnings in effect, and that means we're still finding some slick conditions out there on the roadways. So take it easy out there. A lot of cancellations. Air travelers feeling the sting of winter storm Quantum. So far, FlightAware.com reports 1,500 flights canceled today in and out of the U.S. More than 2,000 flights delayed. And yeah, you guessed it, the Dallas-Fort Worth area and Love Field in Dallas, they're the most airports that are affected. More than 50%, the ingoing and the outgoing. All right, so let's check on the conditions right now at the airport. We've got cloudy skies. It is 27 degrees. You can see the specks of blue to the north. Still a little bit of snow shower activity, but for the most part, the precipitation is turning off. The visibility is actually pretty good right now, 10 miles, and the wind chill. Ooh, you factor in that north wind, it feels like it's in the teens right now, and you'll notice that we don't have any delays showing up, at least not on this map, but keep in mind we do have all those cancellations, so that's why we're not seeing the delays showing up on this map. So still some more delays are possible as we go into the afternoon and this evening. Check with your individual airline carrier. That's really the best way to go. Shreveport, some icy conditions. Atlanta, today's your travel day because we are expecting a mess after midnight tonight when that rain-snow mix comes in and will linger into your morning rush. And then we've got yet another winter storm that's going to be moving through on Wednesday that could even be more significant. We'll have much more on that throughout the day. Mark?
Yeah, so this winter storm is really affecting the highways, too. Within the past hour, we've learned that the eastbound lanes of I-40 are closed in eastern New Mexico because of a 25-vehicle pileup, and that's just one issue. Let's take a look at some of the radar right now, where we have been following the I-20 corridor with a mixed bag of sleet and freezing rain from Texas into Louisiana. I-40 is all about the snow, and that's something that we've been watching from Oklahoma into Arkansas. So a very difficult go of things. We're going to have probably 12 more hours of freezing rain along I-20 for the rest of today, and then stretching into tonight towards the Atlanta area. Kel, over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Mark. And of course, we're going to keep on top of the situation with Winter Storm Quantum. But, you know, some people are actually having some fun with the snow and the ice as well. Check it out.
Put the block of ice back. In what has been a brutal weather week, finally a reason to get out of the house. The International Winterfest ice carving competition in frozen Perrysburg, Ohio, on a day when it was relatively warm.
Today's perfect, so no, I can live with it.
23 degrees is perfect.
Above zero, yeah.
Olaf from the movie Frozen may be the only one who has enjoyed what felt in recent days like an ice age. A dozen artists from across the country began this two-day competition with a race, with a 300-pound block of ice and only 3 hours to create a work of art. Day 2, 600 pounds of ice and 4 hours to let the imagination go. Some carve away to reveal.
This is good weather for this, huh? Oh, it's fantastic out here, yeah. It's great for the ice.
And you're making?
Hopefully a dragon.
A dragon. It's already spitting at me. While others piece blocks of ice together to create.
Hot piece of aluminum and flattening sides, add a little water, and presto.
This year's masterpieces will last longer than usual. Sadly, forecasters say it'll stay below freezing here until next month. The winner, an intricate praying mantis by Rich Daly from Long Island. Although it would seem the real winners are the kids who finally got out of the house, enjoying weather that's been more suited for the tundra.
Smile.
With 2-year-old Candace, I'm Kerry Sanders, NBC News, Perrysburg, Ohio.
Might as well have some fun.
Yeah, might as well. And you're going to have plenty of wintry weather to play in. A couple of storms coming up. We'll detail those next.
Eligible for Medicare, that's a good thing, but it doesn't cover everything. Only about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. So consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement Insurance plans, they could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call today to request a free decision guide. With these types of plans, you'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. Join the millions who have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP and provided by United Healthcare Insurance Company, which has over 30 years of experience behind it. With all the good years ahead, look for the experience and commitment to go the distance with you. Call now to request your free decision guide.
Atlantic Beach Sports.
Oh, love it.
Houma, Louisiana.
Oh, fantastic food. Carefree, Arkansas.
Been there.
Louisville, Texas.
Done that. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Phil and I go way back. Love that little animal.
Weekday mornings, Jim Cantori, Sam Champion, and Jennifer Delgado on AMHQ, starting at 7.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here, and that's just Sam.
Weekday mornings at 7, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, some clouds. Low 65. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
When you're hungry for the craveable taste of tender fish and shrimp, nothing's better than Long John Silver's. Now, for a limited time, enjoy our new crispy golden fish and shrimp basket for just $3.99 at Long John Silver's.
They say after seeing a magician make his assistant disappear, Mr. Clean came up with a product that makes dirt virtually disappear. He called it the Magic Eraser. It cleans like magic. Even baked on dirt disappears right before your eyes. Mr. Clean's Magic Eraser.
Sometimes, bigger is better. But other times, bigger just gets in the way. At Brother, we know the biggest printer isn't always the best fit for every office. So we've come up with a bigger idea. Don't supersize, optimize. See how we can help you put the right printers in all the right places and help reduce your costs. Now that's big. Brother, at your side. Learn more at don'tsupersizeoptimize.com.
So you're saying you're gonna give me my credit score for free, right? And then you're gonna ask me for my credit card so you can charge me on the down low? 2 weeks later, look, Credit Karma.
Oh, are you talking to websites again?
It's saying free credit score.
Credit Karma? Yeah, it's actually free. Look, you don't have to put in your credit card information. Credit Karma.
Storm sewer systems aren't like sanitary sewers. Storm sewers do not treat or clean up anything passing through them. Everything that enters a storm drainage system is eventually discharged in exactly the same form as it entered. These wastes can kill plants, suffocate fish, and destroy breeding areas. So, never pour or dump anything down any storm drain.
Lincoln, we want you to have luxury for less. That's why we offer price, value, and selection. Price, like the all-new 2015 Lincoln MKC, just $299 a month. Or a 2015 Lincoln MKZ, also just $299 a month. Value, with bottom line windshield pricing. Selection, over 200 new Lincolns to choose from. Only at Outpacker Lincoln on Military Trail. And remember, before you buy, Price Packer.
There's no obligation, so call toll-free at 1-800-200-6120.
This March,
one man's trash
did the work.
is another man's totally awesome beer can space heater.
Hi.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Hey everybody, time now for our winter weather update. I'm in the lab with Mike Bettis, and we are looking at a lot of snow on the ground.
It's amazing when you think about it this late in the season and how far south the snow goes. I mean, look at this line of snow. Goes all the way down into deep Texas. Really impressed with the snow they've got on the ground here, especially Arkansas and Oklahoma, the panhandle of Texas, not to mention the huge snow up across the Northeast. But 51% of the U.S. has got snow.
I was going to say, fear not, kids in Georgia and the Carolinas, it's coming our way too.
We're going to make that map even more prolific and more colorful tomorrow, I think. All right, here's a look at what's going on with Winter Storm Quantum right now. The snow along I-40, the panhandle through Oklahoma, over into Arkansas. And then you get south of there, Kelly, we do have some sleet and a little bit of freezing rain there, too. A lot of alerts are in effect here. It's starting to wind down for us now in Dallas and in Fort Worth. In fact, in Fort Worth, everything's completely gone for us right now. I think we do have some cameras out of Fort Worth that we can show you.
Let's take a look at Fort Worth. Just cloudy skies, basically. But like you said, even though the precip is over, we could still have some icy patches out there.
One thing that's key is the temperatures. 28 really frigid degrees in Fort Worth right now. So if we get any melt today, and salt's pretty effective at this temperature, but overnight tonight we could potentially get a little bit of a refreeze on anything that hasn't been treated. So keep that in mind as you head out. It may not be done for you, even though the precip has ended. Now everything has been pushing eastbound. So Texarkana, we have a little bit of light snow. Little Rock, I think central Arkansas gets the most for the remainder of the day. El Dorado toward Greenville, just now starting to get a few flakes of flying. But I-20, maybe around Monroe, a little bit of freezing rain could be rolling in. It's going to glaze everything.
That freezing line is way south. Even Jackson, Mississippi, we're watching out for some freezing rain there too.
It is amazing. You see how far south the purple goes? It goes all the way, almost all the way down to the Gulf Coast, which this time of year, the cold air has a hard time getting that far south, but not this year. It just seems like it's been week after week after week of cold air. But that looking ahead now, Kelly, one thing we're going to be concerned about is what comes, after Quantum and then down the pike for us, where the greens, which is the precipitable water, and the purples and the blues get together. That's where we have obviously going to have some issues with some frozen precipitation. So again, it's likely I-40 right across the Tennessee Valley. Could be some issues in Georgia. Likely to be some issues in Tennessee, both the Virginias. I think West Virginia as well as Virginia, and then the Carolinas, because I think there's so much moisture available and enough cold air in place that we're going to get walloped.
This is crazy. I mean, look at these numbers here. No wonder you're telling the schools to watch out, because we could have a snow day here.
It's not every day. In late February, early March, where you're talking 5 to 8 inches of snow in North Carolina. I think Charlotte, even if we get 3 to 5, which is the forecast, that's a crippling snowstorm for Charlotte. And then you go into any elevation whatsoever, the upstate of South Carolina, you go into the North Georgia mountains, you could be looking at, just under a foot of snow there. Travel will be next to impossible. I-85, I-75, I-40, I-20. There's Atlanta. Begins Wednesday afternoon, goes through Wednesday night. Temperatures so key, just above freezing. So
2 days in a row
freezing rain, but I think snow is definitely in the cards.
All right, Mike, thank you so much. Mark, over to you.
Thanks, guys. And last week we were watching as Jim Cantore was celebrating not 1, not 2, but 6 different instances of thunder snow. Well, after this morning, we might have to call him the lightning rod instead of the storm tracker, because he had a close encounter with something else, this time thunder sleet.
Let's take a look at the radar, guys, just to see what we can see in terms of what's coming at us. And there, look at that. Boom! There's that little lightning strike right over the top of us that just occurred. You can see more of them. We just had a report of Interstate 30 now. Oh, man! Did you hear that? Did you hear that, dude? Okay, we got it. We got it. We got it this morning. So you can even do the intensity of the sleet now coming down. So more lightning, more thunder, and sleet coming down. There is the first here at the Weather Channel. No, that's unbelievable. In 1 week. In 1 week. Woo!
From thunder snow to thunder sleet, Jim's seeing it all. His enthusiasm infectious out there. Love for winter weather, and some of you have that love for winter weather as well, and we've got the video to prove it. How about this one? Kids having some fun. Kids and kids at heart anyway, taking advantage of the snow that the winter storms have dumped over the greater Denver area this weekend, grabbing those discs and sleds and heading down the hills. Lots of snow to play in, that's for sure. At DIA, 9.5 inches of snow fell since Friday. The perfect upslope conditions, that east wind, the mountains lift up the air and give you some snow. Boulder saw about a foot, and that's more than enough snow for some sledding fun. But you know what? A lot of you are sick of the snow. So how about this as a happy note? 25 days and 5 hours till spring arrives.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, some clouds. Low 65. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Look like rain out there, but it's not. It's ice and sleet across portions of the south. Some big headaches from that in Texas.
And now comes the mystery as it heads east. Just ahead, where the line sets up for freezing rain and sleet along the I-20 corridor, and which cities could face a potentially icy ride to work in the morning.
Then more cold air is rushing in, and it too is spilling into the east.
Who could set record cold temperatures once again in the Northeast? We are tracking all of winter's latest cold curves and icy surprises right here and now on Weather Center Live. Thank you so much for joining us today on Weather Center Live. I'm Kelly Cass.
And I'm Mark Elliott, and we are following Winter Storm Quantum on the move across the south.
And it's certainly having a lot of impacts, especially in the Dallas area. Residents are still spreading salt over those icy streets and stairways. And you can see it clearly in this video. Yeah, this is just new video into us this afternoon.
That first step onto the icy sidewalk, you go bottom over tea kettle, if you will. Mm-hmm. You know, the roads were iced up for a time for the morning commute. Fortunately, many of the schools in the greater Dallas-Fort Worth area are closed today because of the forecast and then the reality of Winter Storm Quantum.
And parts of New Mexico are still struggling with the impacts of this winter storm. In fact, a 25-car pileup has closed the eastbound lanes of Interstate 40 in eastern New Mexico near Tucumcari. No word on any injuries.
And we now have word that the Carlsbad Caverns near Roswell is closed due to wintry conditions on the roads leading into the national park.
And Winter Storm Quantum's also affected air travel. FlightAware.com reporting more than 1,500 flights canceled today, most of them involving the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And we're in the field tracking more of the impacts from this latest winter storm.
Our own Mike Seidel briefed us on the mess of the freezing rain and sleet that have caused the roads to just be a disaster in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Mike.
Dallas-Fort Worth is not only in the deep freeze today, they had their first bout of wintry weather of the entire season, and this is what fell. Mostly sleet here in the Irving area near DFW Airport, and a lot of it on the west side around Fort Worth where they had thunder sleet, and as much as 2 inches of it added up. I'll take you back to earlier this morning. There's that sleet storm. We had several of them coming through. Lines of sleet, gusty winds. Temperatures right now in the mid-20s. Keep in mind the average high in Dallas right now, 62, so we're way below average. Look at the rush hour out on the airport freeway, almost non-existent. Hundreds of schools were closed, a lot of businesses didn't open, and you can see not a whole lot of traffic, and I think that was the saving grace. Many people stayed home and off the highways. But the DOT trucks are out on the elevated expressways and freeways around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and there are many of them. There's one. Not sure if it was dropping salt, sand, or a brine salty solution, but they were out doing the best they could in a situation like this. And there you see the elevated surfaces right now back here in Irving, Texas, and hardly any traffic as we head through the midday hours in the early afternoon. And again, I think the evening rush hour is going to go off pretty much without a hitch as long as people take it nice and slow. As far as temperatures go, staying below freezing all day. We'll easily break our record low maximum temperature, 32 today. The warmest we've been was at midnight at 29. But more issues expected on Tuesday morning because most of this is still going to be on the ground and on the roads. Back to you.
And now that mess is heading east.
Yeah, and that means icy concerns for portions of the southeast. Mike Bettis is here in the lab watching this tricky forecast. And over the next, let's say 24 hours, the I-20 corridor, Mike, ice right on through.
Absolutely, and it's all about the temperature. Do you get down to 32? Do you get something like a freezing rain and like a glaze of ice on and everything? Or do you get maybe just a little bit above freezing, 33, 34, 35 degrees, and you get maybe more or less a mix or maybe all snow? Time will tell, but man, this is a really, really powerful forecast. When you take a look at how colorful this map is with blues and purples on there, it's not freezing rain, it's snow. If it's not snow, then it's sleet. If it's not sleet, then it's just plain old rain. So here's a look at the radar. You can see how far south that cold air has infiltrated. Temperatures are running 30, 35 degrees below average. Plenty of snow here along I-40. Then you get along I-20 will have some issues with some icing. Let's get you some details here. Dallas, things are wrapping up for us now. You may get just a spit or two of snow still to go, but I think the bigger deal is now pushed off to the east. Texarkana, we have snow. El Dorado, we're going to go back and forth here between snow, freezing rain, sleet. Shreveport, same with us. We're mixing back and forth between sleet and freezing rain. So purple is freezing rain, pink is sleet. Either is going to cause you some really tough driving conditions. We do have some freezing rain that went over to sleet reported in Louisville. This is just to the east of Texarkana. How about the issues that we're going to have in Memphis? I think the snow begins for you probably in the next hour or two. The air's still a little bit dry here in Memphis. It's going to take a little bit of time to moisten up and have that snow roll in. But Greenville, we're going to go over to snow here now. Then I-55 becomes an issue. Memphis down toward Jackson. How much more snow? In some spots 1 to 3. Central Arkansas across the Mississippi River, maybe as much as 3+ there. There's a look at the future radar where you see that pink, that's that sleet, could mix in with a little bit of freezing rain. Shreveport eastbound on I-20 is a real mess for us here. The question will be, where does all this go after it wraps up this evening and then it pushes eastbound? Well, look at the alerts that go into effect here across Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. Tomorrow morning, what does it hold for Birmingham? What does it hold for Atlanta? It's a bit of a wintry conundrum right now, but join me in just a couple of minutes. We'll talk about what the timing is, especially in a place like Atlanta, whose morning commute tomorrow could be one of the toughest all season long, guys.
And then another storm right behind that one. Mike, thank you so much. Let's take a live look at Asheville, North Carolina. Beautiful spot right there. Yeah, we could have a little bit of a wintry mix headed our way as well. Some rain, some snow, maybe some sleet or freezing rain mixed in too at that transition. So let's take a look at our next storm, and it's basically going to be developing here in the southwest and moving across the country. So we've got Quantum that's affecting us tonight into tomorrow, moving offshore. Then another one that's going to move in behind it as we've got an area of low pressure deepening, and we're going to check out Tuesday night. This is tomorrow night. You've got the snow in Little Rock, that wintry mix setting up just south of there, moving into Alabama and Georgia. So again, watching out for another winter mess here in Atlanta and up towards Asheville, North Carolina. We've got you guys in the snow. Wednesday night, Charlotte, we could see several inches up into the Carolinas as well. Down toward the Gulf Coast, it is mainly just a plain old chilly rain, but this is an exciting forecast for some here across the south. Mark, over to you.
Unbelievable. 2 winter storms moving across the south with snow, ice, and that cold rain to worry about. But to the north, it's something else entirely. It's another shot of very cold air to watch, maybe record-setting cold from this latest blast. Then, signs of recovery. The improvements some travelers in the Boston area are seeing. We'll detail that next.
Great. This is the last thing I need.
Seriously? The last thing you need is some guy giving you a new catalytic converter when all you got is a loose gas cap.
What?
It is that simple sometimes.
Thanks.
Now, let's take this puppy over to Midas and get you some of that good old Midas touch. You know what? I'll drive. And I have no feet. I really didn't think this through.
Trust the Midas Touch. For brakes, tires, oil,
everything.
When John Huntsman was diagnosed with cancer, he didn't just vow to beat it.
I vowed to eradicate it from the earth.
So he founded Huntsman Cancer Institute. Everything about it would be different. It would feel different. Look different.
And fight cancer in new and different ways.
With the largest genetic database on Earth that combines 300 years of family histories with health records to treat, predict, and in many cases, prevent cancer.
We made it welcoming and warm, with a focus on beauty, serenity, and getting on with life.
Huntsman Cancer Institute is the only cancer hospital in the world designed by a patient, with the vital understanding that cancer moves fast.
And we have to move faster.
To learn more or support the cause, go to huntsmancancer.org.
3,000 years of history waiting to be discovered.
Body was found this morning.
Do we have any suspects yet?
It's my job to find out what happened. It's time.
Someone wants to find it or died trying.
Dig, Thursday, March 5th at 10 on USA.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, some clouds. Low 65. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
One man's trash. This is perfect. Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
It's more than a network in the cloud. It's reliable uptime and multi-layered security. It's how you stay connected to each other and to your customers. With CenturyLink, you get advanced technology solutions, including an industry-leading broadband network and cloud and hosting services, all with dedicated responsive support. With CenturyLink as your trusted technology partner, you're free to focus on growing your business. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
According to the U.S. Department of Energy, most homes have air leaks and drafts that waste so much energy, it's like leaving a window open in your home all year long. Don't let another year go by. Call Champion Windows at 844-4CHAMPION. And right now, when you buy 2 rooms of windows, you get the 3rd room free. Plus, Champion now offers no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. So call 844-4CHAMPION today. Because every home needs a champion.
Quiet! Mom has a headache! Had a headache. But now, I don't. Excedrin is fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
Well, get ready. It's another round of very chilly air coming in. Chilly is maybe the understatement of the hour. It's going to be cold, and a lot of you are going to be dealing with it. From Minneapolis to Manhattan and everywhere in between, many of you will end up in record temperature territory again. That includes you in New York City. We're going to go over some of those record lows that are on the way in, because this Arctic blast has legs. It's going to be another cold week working its way across the nation. Let's start things out by looking at the temperatures right now, because it's no slouch already. 24 in New York City is already below average. But it's 16 in Cincinnati and 10 in Chicago, and that's some of the cold air that's pushing south and pushing east as we get this next blast of cold air to work its way on through. Look at the lows for tomorrow morning. This is what you're going to be dealing with. New York, 2 for tomorrow morning, while the capital region will be 12 below zero. You get back towards Buffalo and Pittsburgh, 5 to 10 degrees below zero for your morning. Now, again, a lot of you are in record territory with this cold air blast, and records that have been around for a very long time. Let's start out at Harrisburg here, because that record goes all the way back to 1889, more than a century ago. And it's going to be close, but it does appear that we will break that record. Some of the records will be absolutely shattered. You look at LaGuardia, the record was 16. We're forecasting 2. That's an easy call. You're going to break that record, so you're going to be at a record low as you start off your Tuesday morning across the New York area. Now, Central Park, the records actually go back a little bit further, and there was a very cold day, so debatable whether Central Park will actually break a new record. Just something of note. In any case, our jet stream is very far south. That's why we're seeing the cold air all the way down towards the Gulf Coast and why the wintry weather is this far south. But look, for the early to late week, the northern portion of the country into the northeast, you are staying cold and staying well below average, too. 15 to 20 degrees below average for your highs on Wednesday. Thursday, Chicago 13, Indianapolis 15. That's almost 30 degrees below average. By Friday, not much changing. Teens and 20s through the Midwest, Kel. This cold air is not going anywhere fast.
And you know, Mark, cold has just been one part of this winter's misery in Boston, and the headline in the New York Times really says it all. It has been a winter from hell for Boston. Our own Reynolds Wolf spent some time with folks in Somerville, Massachusetts this morning. He updates us on the impacts and the recovery from the unprecedented snow and relentless cold.
That's right. I'm coming to you from Somerville, Massachusetts, outside the transit station. To be more specific, it's the Davis train station, where things are kind of crowded at times inside, but it's good news. It's least things are beginning to move, restoring a bit of a sense of normalcy to mass transit here in the Boston greater area. It's been a brutal 5 weeks. We spoke with some customers earlier who were saying just how tough, how frustrating trying to get from point A to B has been for them over the last several weeks.
It's been hard. It's just that the trains are a little unpredictable, so you've got to allow a lot of extra time to get there if you have a meeting or something to get to.
Not knowing if the train's going to come and get me to class on time, I'm like kind of hoping and praying that I'll be able to move, get to where I'm supposed to be. It's mostly just been like the changes and unreliability that's been the problem.
Well, unfortunately, one of the other things that's going to be moving is the air. Cold air coming through. We've got a wind chill advisory in effect until 6 p.m. for this area, and the brutal cold air is going to set up camp and stick around for quite a while. All right, folks, let's send it back to you in the studio.
And cold air is going to have those heaps of snow sticking around for quite a while. In fact, we could see the snowiest season on record ever for Beantown. Right now, the #1 spot, the season of 1995-96, we had 107.6 inches. So far, we're #2 at 99.9, so it's only going to take about 7.7 inches to achieve that #1 spot. And check it out, February, we've seen most of the snow, but we still have March and even April to get through.
And if we get even average snow for the end of the season here, we'll have the snowiest year on record.
I think a lot of people are like, we might as well get the #1 spot.
Right, you're so close, might as well go for it.
Still nearly 100 inches of snow for the winter season means a whole lot of work to stay ahead of all that.
And for those who can't keep up, some unexpected helping hands. Our own Dave Malkoff shows us the good in people helping others.
There's nothing more romantic than a spontaneous moment, so why pause to take a pill? And why stop what you're doing to find a bathroom? With Cialis for daily use, you don't have to plan around either. It's the only daily tablet approved to treat erectile dysfunction, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right. Plus, Cialis treats the frustrating urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Why pause the moment? Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use. For a free 30-tablet trial, go to Cialis.com.
Hi, you've reached Emma. I'm out of the office right now, but we'll get back to you just as soon as I possibly can.
Join us for exclusive Discovery at Sea experiences. Princess Cruises, come back new.
Shopping online is as easy as it gets. Wouldn't it be great if hiring plumbers, carpenters, and even piano tuners were just as simple? Thanks to Angie's List, now it is. Start shopping online from a list of top-rated providers.
Visit angieslist.com today.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind.
I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash?
This is...
Want to see more? Just voice search Festival Collective on your X1 remote app to find current films. Or go to On Demand to find Film Festival Collective under Get Local.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
52. That's 800-399-2752. 800-399-2752.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by Tempur-Pedic. Nothing feels like a Tempur-Pedic.
My Tempur-Pedic made me fall in love with mornings again.
And I love how it conforms to my body. With Tempur-Pedic, the whole bed is comfortable.
The best thing we ever did for ourselves is helping to keep us young.
Visit your local retailer and feel the Tempur-Pedic difference for yourself.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, some clouds. Low 65. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Snowing in Oklahoma. Temperatures are in the upper teens to low 20s between Oklahoma City and Tulsa. This live picture courtesy of K4 TV. And yeah, we are seeing some slippery conditions out there on the roadways. So some kids get a snow day on this Monday. And we've got more to come, perhaps. This is just Winter Storm Quantum that we are tracking for today into tomorrow. And then we've got another storm right on its heels that we're going to be tracking over the next couple of days as well. So let's check it out here. We've got Quantum that is going to be moving across the country, and you can see where we do have the light snow going on right now in the Texas Panhandle on over towards Oklahoma City. All that blue you see right there, that is all snow. It is lightly snowing in Little Rock, visibility 3/4 of a mile. Not doing anything yet in Memphis, but it's knocking on your door, and you can see the pink and purple across the Arkansas-Louisiana line, and that's showing us where we're getting some sleet and even just freezing rain along Interstate 20. So be careful on those bridges and those exit ramps, as we could have some issues out there. I know the salters have been out there, but you still really need to take it slow and even just stay off the road if you can. Temperature is certainly cold enough for it to stick. We've got 20s for the most part, a few 30s here and there, 36 in Jackson, where even here we're likely to see some freezing rain developing all the way down to just north and west of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So that freezing line is way, way down here practically to the Gulf, and you can see even across the east into Mississippi and Alabama, even Atlanta. We've got those winter weather advisories. So here's today. We've got the precipitation shutting off from west to east, following it moving through Huntsville, Alabama into Atlanta, Georgia. Could have some issues on the roads for your early morning commute. Here's a look at Jackson, Mississippi, where again we got to watch out for the icy precip all the way through late tonight. Mark?
And Kel, we see time and time again here, when bad things happen, it seems to bring out the good in people. In Boston, you've had nearly 100 inches of snow so far this season, but it is bringing complete strangers together to help each other out and help each other dig out. Our Dave Malkoff went to Beantown, where neighbors came to the aid of one elderly man.
So, do you know your neighbor? How about the person who lives 2 or 3 doors down? One beautiful thing about this relentless winter in New England is it's brought strangers together, people who just happen to live right next door to each other. There is still more shoveling to do in the Boston area. They clear off the roof, the wind howls, and it comes right back. For every back door you dig out, there's 10 more still buried.
The landlady called and said, is anyone going to shovel in the back? We said, I guess we could do it.
That's Peter and Thelma. But neither one of them own this car.
2 weeks now, he's been in there.
It actually belongs to their 84-year-old neighbor.
He's a good old man. He's an old man, but he's a good old man.
Laura knows him. But Peter and Thelma just met him today.
You can see the condition of that driveway. It's horrible.
Yeah, pretty bad. George Curry is his name, and he has not left his little house in 2 weeks.
He's worried about being hurt because he's elderly.
His family's been having his pills and groceries delivered.
They've been wonderful.
But George has been in here by himself since the snow started to fall.
You get used to it, as long as I got TV.
What have you been watching?
Westerns. I love Westerns.
It is 1847, Old California.
California dreaming on Winter's Day.
Could be anybody's mom or dad's that they can't do it.
Soon, maybe George will drive his car once it's dug out by the neighbors who just met him.
Hardly see our neighbors, so.
For now, it's back to the cowboy movies until a miracle happens.
I just got my paycheck, so I'm going to stop playing the cards, the scratchies.
Oh, yeah.
I'll kidnap you and we'll get the hell out of Dodge. It is neighbors taking care of neighbors. That's all we can do. We're all in this together.
In a still frozen neighborhood just outside Boston.
All right, you're not going to do it if you need me.
Dave Malkoff,
all right, sweetheart.
The Weather Channel.
Thanks, Dave. And Boston is getting a break from the snow for now, but not everyone's so lucky. We've got freezing rain, sleet, and ice moving across the south from Winter Storm Quantum. We'll show you where this system's going and the next one behind it as well.
I have the flu with a runny nose. Better take something.
Theraflu Severe Cold won't treat your runny nose.
Really?
Alka-Seltzer Severe Cold and Flu relieves your worst flu symptoms plus runny nose.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Money!
Brought to you by Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough.
I typed my name, and Ancestry opened the door to the world's largest online collection of family history records. Discover your story today at Ancestry.com.
Life isn't measured in how many days we have, but what we do with them. This year, you could do what you've always done. Or you could awaken your senses and connect with the world as it was meant to be. That voice inside you, that's Alaska calling. Because vacations, like days, are measured by what we do with them. And here, the days last forever. Begin your adventure at AlaskaBeyondYourDreams.com.
Rates for great rides. Geico Motorcycle. See how much you could save.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
Eligible for Medicare? That's a good thing, but it doesn't cover everything. Only about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. So consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement insurance plans, they could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call today to request a free decision guide. With these types of plans, you'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. Join the millions who have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP and provided by United Healthcare Insurance Company, which has over 30 years of experience behind it. With all the good years ahead, look for the experience and commitment to go the distance with you. Call now to request your free decision guide.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? We just gave them their own TV show.
Come on, Wind. I think I just made Mother Nature my bet.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. This afternoon, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, some clouds. Low 65. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 85. Here's our 7-day outlook.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Ice so thick it covers branches and so slippery it causes drivers to lose control with deadly consequences.
Winter storm Quantum is heading east. So how cities from Shreveport to Atlanta are gearing up for freezing rain, sleet, and snow from this latest winter storm.
It is 1:30 now on Weather Center Live. I'm Kelly Cass.
And I'm Mark Elliott. And Winter Storm Quantum is on the move, and it already made for a dangerous commute at times this morning across the southern plains.
In fact, Dallas and Fort Worth really hit hard. A lot of impacts here. Numerous reports of collisions, including one that proved deadly. A driver died after losing control of his car and hitting a big rig. That was in Carrollton, north of Dallas.
Yeah, and as Quantum pushes east, look at this swath of winter weather advisories that are in place. We've got winter weather advisories throughout much of North Texas into northern Louisiana. Freezing rain advisories almost all the way down to the Gulf Coast and stretching east as well. Look at Birmingham. Look at Atlanta. You have winter weather advisories. So in just a few minutes, Mike Bettis is going to show us where that dividing line will set up. Who will see that cold rain, but who could see sleet and snow as well.
Well, meteorologist Jim Cantore has been keeping a watchful eye on the weather and the road conditions there in Dallas. He noticed an interesting pattern in the sleet that's falling in the Lone Star State.
Yeah, Jim reports that high temps near Dallas today will get nowhere near the average for the area. Jim, over to you.
Well, it's hard to believe the average high today in Dallas is 62 degrees. We're going to be about 35 degrees colder than that. As a matter of fact, we may not get above 32. And that would be a record low maximum temperature here in Dallas. Just amazing. We're in the middle of a sleet storm. At times it's light, at times it's moderate. Sometimes we see a little flash of lightning too and get some thunder with this. So a very dynamic system in the atmosphere going on, unfortunately responsible for the sleet. The problem is temperatures are going to be at or below freezing in most of these areas today. Probably more like in the mid-20s. So there lies the problem. Looking behind me here, you can see road traffic is pretty quiet. This is Highway 75. The exit ramp that you see there off to the right is pretty much what takes you on Interstate 30 going eastbound. And there's just not a lot of traffic, especially at this time of the day, nor should there be, given what we've got. As I mentioned, we're in the middle of a sleet storm here. We've probably got, I'd say a quarter to a half inch here where I'm standing. But reports around the Metroplex have been anywhere from a quarter to even over an inch in some spots, especially where that convective sleet is sitting right over the top of everybody. If you look at this stuff, it's Kind of looks like a handful of diamonds here, all right? I remember that James Bond movie where Halle Berry and James Bond are hanging out with those diamonds. Anyway, it just comes to mind right now. Maybe it's the cold. Either way, you can see the sleet pellets bouncing off my gloves, but you can see all this sleet here, and it's just getting packed down on the roads, and there lies the problem. It's freezing those road surfaces, and they're going to get worse before it gets better. Tomorrow morning, the forecast low is around 27, which may actually be a little high, believe it or not. Either way, it now means we've gotten sleet, and these road surfaces are sitting under this icy condition for over 24 hours. And you can bet that tomorrow morning's rush hour will be no bargain either. Reporting from Dallas, just east of the city, I'm meteorologist Jim Cantori.
Thanks, Jim. And you hear that sleet kind of pinging off of him. I used to hate that sound as a kid because it meant that we weren't getting the snow totals that we wanted. Instead, the sleet was mixing in. In this case, sleet was a lot better than freezing rain, and there's still that ice threat moving east for the southeast.
So the question is, who gets the ice? Who gets the snow? Who gets what? Mike Bettis knows all the answers in the lab, don't you, Mike?
Well, we're going to try to do our best here to help you understand what's happening with the weather. Really, the corridor between I-20 and I-40 is the hot spot for snow and sleet and freezing rain. When you take a look at what's happening for us currently with all these advisories out there, it's a huge swath from New Mexico all the way over into Georgia, believe it or not. Freezing rain could be an issue, producing a glaze here in the southern edge of all this. And then notice that we still have the winter storm warnings around Dallas and extending over towards Shreveport. All right, let's break this down for you and zoom into some of these radars and give you the real details in all of this. Right along I-40 between Amarillo and Oklahoma City, been snowing almost all day long today. How much snow, you asked? Well, just outside of Amarillo and Borger, we picked up 4.5 inches of snow. How about that? Pretty impressive, to say the least. Oklahoma City, we've got a little bit more to go before this entire event ends for us, but it's all lining up west to east, and so we're not getting a lot of movement out of it north or south. So it's Oklahoma City and the northern suburbs where we're getting nailed right now. Extend this over toward Tulsa, down toward McAllister, and it's really, by the way, southeast Oklahoma, where we still have upwards of 8 inches of snow on the ground. We're just adding to it now. Texarkana reporting a sleet currently. For the last 4 hours, we reported freezing rain in Shreveport, so we're glazing up in Shreveport right now. Please be careful. Little Rock, we've got snow there. I think we're going to start to wrap this up here pretty soon. The back edge, not that far from Little Rock. Then eventually we're going to get just a glancing blow in Memphis with the heaviest snow going south of you. But Greenville over toward Greenwood, sleet for us now. Then right along I-20 between Monroe and Vicksburg, we're looking for freezing rain there. How about Greenville, by the way? Greenville, Mississippi, about 1/10 of an inch of sleet accumulation. Hard to believe it's this time of year, kind of turning the page into March, that we're dealing with this kind of weather. 1 to 3 inches still to remain for a lot of us here. Then everything shifts its way eastbound. Birmingham into Atlanta. What does it mean for Atlanta? How about this forecast through tomorrow? As much as 3 inches of snow just outside of Atlanta. Atlanta itself probably not going to get much in the way of accumulation, but how about this forecast beginning for us overnight, lasting up until the rush hour tomorrow? Could be, with all those vehicles on the road, one of the worst commutes we've seen in Atlanta so far this season, guys. Have some more details on this, and then the one that comes in behind it for the next day. That's coming up here in your winter weather update.
Yeah, and Mike, we're going to talk a little bit about that next system right now because, hey, what's up, Atlanta? We're looking at both of these systems for you, right? 40 degrees right now, lowering cloud deck. This is the Coca-Cola World Headquarters building looking out over Midtown Atlanta. And you know what? With 2 storms on the way, we got to give you both of those updates. So we're talking about quantum first. Mike was just talking about that, but there is another mess that's going to try to get organized here, starting in the southwest. You see this big dip here and this kind of spiral, this area of low pressure? That area of low pressure is going to follow in the path of quantum. The jet stream still carved out across the south. That's the conveyor belt for this storm system to move towards the east. So by Tuesday night, as quantum leaves the eastern seaboard, wintry mix again between I-40 and I-20 from Arkansas to Louisiana. Look at Wednesday. Heavy snow, northern Alabama to North Georgia, mixed towards the I-20 corridor, including Atlanta, Wednesday into Wednesday night. A swath of heavy snow, though, from the North Georgia mountains into eastern portions of North Carolina. You don't see storm totals like this all that often. This is a big deal storm, potentially a swath of 5 to 8 inches of snow, Kel, as we look towards the middle of the week. So another storm with another punch across the southeast.
You sound excited, Mark.
I'm always excited about winter weather, Kelly.
Like my kids are like, is it really going to happen? We'll just see. All right, for now, though, we're tracking wet weather, believe it or not, in Los Angeles. That's right, we had rain falling on the red carpet at the Oscars last night. Los Angeles officially seeing about 1/4 of an inch of rain. But you know what? We're still nearly 4 inches below average, and this typically is our rainy season. So it would be nice if we could make up for lost times, but we're really not going to see a whole lot. Now you're seeing a little bit of snow just outside of Las Vegas overnight. Some of the southern mountains getting in on that snowy action as well. A lot of the advisories, though, are turning off across southern Cal and the central Sierra, although we still have a few winter weather advisories in effect out there. Flagstaff has actually been seeing some pretty heavy snow today. Winter storm warnings in effect there. The kids enjoying a snow day, and we still have a little bit of light rain here in California. Wouldn't be surprised if we had a little small hail and some windy conditions with some storms that could fire up across the Central Valley. We'll be watching out for that as this system cuts across the southwest. Mark?
And still ahead on Weather Center Live, Winter Storm Quantum making a mess of the roads. We're going to show you the next places likely to see trouble from the ice